Hello there, beautiful internet and you fantastic creatures of the beyond. Back in Underrail, and let's check our footlocker. Ta-da! Ah, we already have one of these. Interesting. And we can equip a robe, which is horrible to be honest. But let's equip it, because why not? Um, so we can't go in here, we can't open that. So let's talk to this guy. Lazy lol. An old bald man welcomes you with a wave and a wide smile. He wears dark glasses, which perfectly conceals his eyes. In turn, his smile reveals more than it perhaps should. You notice that the man is almost completely toothless, yet those few teeth still clinging on somehow allow him to speak with surprising clarity. Unfortunately, they do nothing to save his interlocutor from receiving a spit shower every time he opens his mouth. Ow. As it happens to you right now. Torch's evolution, brother. I am lazy lol. That's what they call me. Evolutionist Torch, brother. I'm Eros. Cool, cool. I finally get a bedmate. Oh god. Bedmate? Yeah. This is our bed. He points to the double bed next to him. See, this is our bed. Bedmate. I've been sleeping alone for 2 weeks and now I have a bedmate. Oh, you want the top or the bottom? I sleep on the top so far. If you want the top, I'll go to the bottom. Ah, bottom, you stay on top. I'm not really picky. Whatever you wish, bedmate. Now, wanna chat? Oh, of course, why not? Why did you join the Institute? Well, bedmate, let me put it this way. If there is a chance you could, how should I say, escape the life of poverty, filth, disease, and couple of lone hounds wanting to skin ya, would you take it? Of course you would. Don't take this the wrong way, but how did you manage to get accepted? Torches seem pretty selective and you know what I mean. I don't look the part. Is that what you're trying to say, bedmate? Sigh. It's true. I mean, just look at my teeth. I could scare borrowers away. But torches don't care for that superficial. They care for what's inside. Yes. I had that interview with the smoking Amelia and told her about myself, answered questions, done tests, gave blood, and all that. I've must have said something right because she just accepted me. So, what do you do here at the moment? I am a novitiate, like still. I have some combat experience, so I might go to the preservation route. But I've attended some lectures, and I don't know. I've still some thinking to do. We will see. We will see. So, how are you liking the Institute of Torch after spending some time here? I'm loving this place and more with passing which is passing day. Once you get used to a few things, eventually being clean in one of those, and as you learn more about torchism, you start realizing how apex it all really is. I have no doubt about that torches are really trying to direct the evolution of mankind towards something greater. Look at recombinants, for example. Yeah, that's the next step. Like, this guy crawled out of the sewers of Core City and he's learning about recombinants, and torches are doing something right. All in all, I want to be part of that. I am happy to be part of that. Torches is truly something great. Torch is evolution, bedmate. Mm, why are you calling lazy lol? Are you really that lazy? No, I'm not lazy. My left eye is. As soon as he finishes the sentence, he removes his shades with a enlarged, overemphasized motion, closing his eye as he wants to prolong the moment of revelation as much as possible. Then he slowly opens his right normal eye, pauses, then opens his left one, the bad one. You look at it, it doesn't look at you, but it is slammed so far to the left like it wants to escape his socket and see what lies behind the head. Lazy lots in his usual toothless fashion. In this time spices up with the laziest eye you have ever seen, creating a unique image of an you are unlikely to ever forget. He puts the shades back on, and that is why they call me lazy. Lol. Bedmate? Mm, can you not call me bedmate? Why not? Uh, I see that you're already grown fond of it, but I prefer you stick to brother. Brother it is. Better, brother. Oh, that's adorable. How did you lose your teeth? Most of them at least. Some miserable bandit knocked my teeth out and robbed me as I was going toward the institute. In hindsight, I should have taken the train, but my inner cheapskate ended up leading me to a very nasty situation. Damn it, upper underrail sucks harder than a pack of siphoners. I don't know how anyone could live here, other than the torches, of course. Torch guide you, lazy lol. Torch guide you, bedmate. Of course, of course. Well, I'm curious. Can I open that door? La 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 la. I bet it's closed. Yes. Well, never mind. Let's just move on. So, there are a bunch of things you can do. Huh. Well, I can't hear you. mm, Jerez France. An unexpected tiny and shy voice come out of the lofty man. While he is loud enough for you to hear him, you can't shake off the feeling that the sound is of a humble fly gliding into a room would overpower his voice. Fortunately, nothing similar happens during this introduction. Torch's Evolution, my name is Jerry Franz, and I am an investigator of medicine and the Institute proto-physician. You must be Eros. Usually, our fellow Torches refer to me as I am, to which I have no objection. How may I help you? Where can I purchase some medication? I can help you with that, brother. I'll show you what I have. Interesting, but I'm not in the. Well, I could probably take some of these, but we have plenty of these. Let's see. Other things. First aid. What is here in this cage? Ah, probably the. What's it called? The storage. Um, need assistance, brother? What do you think about the faceless? Foul, corrupted things. Ugh, I sympathize with Core City residents who have endured being close to such disgusting creatures. Torch helped them. In the end, the augmented monstrosities will die out eventually, while all completely natural beings like us will live on, for it is superior design proven. Interestingly enough, the Torchists don't seem keen to fight the Faceless, even though they're sworn enemies. But when they invaded the core city, they were like, "Nah, I'm just gonna sit and watch." Um, how and why did you join the Institute of Torch? It's a long story. Go on, I have the time. I became a Torchist about several years ago, either in year 92 or 93, one of the two. And it was all due to a single fortunate event of me meeting with former colleague of mine who had returned from South Underrail, where he was on some, well, private business of his. Oh yes, I forgot to mention that I am a former from the North Underrail, and the meeting also took place there in this, to be precise. Thomas Harding, the man I spoke with, informed me that how dreadful the living conditions were in the south, of persistent and ever-growing bandit menace, poverty, as well as the rise of violent sports in Core City. Naturally, The bottom line is that the South is a place of decadence and should be avoided at all costs. And I wonder how the North looks. Quite exciting from what he describes, except there was one thing he mentioned in a positive light: the Institute of Torch. He had the, in his words, pleasure to speak to several torches during his stay here in Upper Underrail, and in fact, one of those torchists was none other than Minister Parsival himself, well, assistant minister back then. Tom was impressed by what he learned about the body of knowledge the torches possess and their intentions of changing evolution of the human for the human future. He also told me about the duality of torch. One side is the physical side, that being itself. The other is knowledge obtained through scientific method. The only way possible, really. Ah, I still remember Tom's words explaining and praising of the Institute of Torch. The first time he told me about Torch itself, and especially due to his fantastic way with words, it floored me. Magnificent torch. I was astonished. Of course, all that sparked my imagination, and I decided I had to come to the South Underrail, so I did. I still remember seeing the guys at the entrance, all glorious in their beautiful robes. Sure, it was unusual, but once you understand the purpose of such appearance, it all makes sense. Perfect sense. You know what happened next, brother? I became a proud torchist and still am to this day. Torch is evolution. Thomas seems very impressed with torchism. Where is he now? Did he also join the institute? Jerry Fran's face turned sour. Tom was unfortunately mortally wounded soon after we spoke. 3 drones bombing attack. Many were killed by those corrupted inbred dystrophic. Ugh, he sighs. Had he lived a bit longer, I'm sure he would have joined me here. I'm positive. So they don't have much love for the 3 drones. Although torches are a combination of various factions, or remnants of factions, or whatever. Torch guide you. Okie dokie. Quite interesting. So nobody joined here by force, and everybody has a lot of respect for this institution. Let's talk to this guy. Ekrixophor. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, performs the torches salute. Acolyte, torchist. Oh, what's in here? Investigator. Torch guide you out of my room. Torch guide you out of my room. That's such a good one. Is there a sign on my door saying, "Please barge in whenever you like"? Yeah, I'm sorry. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's not accessible. Torch. Savage. Savage. Okay, so. The cantina is the cantina. We can find it. Ah, actually, we can go into the cantina and try to buy something. Let's see. Maybe they have some interesting food for us. Maybe. And a cash register. Interesting. Theodore. The man behind the counter strikes you as being calm, friendly, and radiates a positive attitude. Appearance-wise, young and handsome, and are the words that describe his most accurate, while his confident posture is also difficult to ignore. He greets you with a familiar Dodge salute. Dodge's evolution, brother. My name is Theodore. Often call me Theo by almost everyone. He smiles. How may I help you? Evolutionist Dodge, brother. I'm Eros. Welcome to the Institute of Dodge, brother. Our institution is very different from those of the outside, I'm sure, but you will get used to it, don't worry. Show me what you've got. I'm starving. Today we have... they don't have any special... Well, they have the underpies, which is really interesting. Underpies can come in handy from time to time. We should have some. I mean, I have a few of those. Anyway, really cool. Um, how and why did you join the institute? I'm an institute-born brother. I wasn't. It wasn't my decision to become a torches, but with all the things I hear about the outside world, I'm better off. Life here is better without a doubt, and here people care about each other, care about progress, evolution, rather than just about their own height, so to speak. It's kind of like an evolved SGS, but with a different goal, because SGS also kind of take cares of their own. Wait, you never left this building? No. Again, from what I heard in the past, I'm better off being here. Maybe I can share a few stories about the outside world. It's rough, alright, but not everything is so green. There is much beauty outside of the institute. Maybe some other time, brother. Now's not the time. Anything else you need? And please, let me make it quick. A refectory is always a busy place. Mhm. Can you tell me about the faceless? Keep the faceless out of the refectory, please. People are trying to eat here. Magnificent torch. Stop mentioning those vomiting tossing freaks here. We are trying to eat. That's what I was talking about. Uh-huh. What can you tell me about the West Wing? It's dangerous. Do not go there. It's that simple, brother. But what is so dangerous about it? I am sorry, but I can't explain it right now, brother. This is neither the time nor the place to do that. This is where people eat, and I have got my hands busy at the moment. Just trust me, it's dangerous. There is a reason not to go there. No, brother, are you ordering something or not? I would like to ask you some other questions about torchism. I'm sorry, but I am working at the moment, and this discussion about torchism would take too long. Seek prosecutor, no prosecutor, preapostor. Oh my god, I hate that word. Preapostor Amelia, or visit Aiden's library, or and read the original report if you haven't already. Okay, we have read that. Torch guide you. Adios. Yeah, what did we expect? People are busy here. Good, good, good. Now, let's see. We have a few ways we can apply for work. The question is, where are those people? Because I can't remember for the life of me. Okay, not this way. So I think it's to the right. Oh, I think it's to the top. We shall see. We'll stumble upon them. It should be. So this is Aiden. What about here? Episcopos Lydia. Let's do a hardcore save. Oops. You come up to a slim, middle-aged woman who welcomes you to her office with an indistinct gaze, while her attractive face, marked by proeminent green eyes, has an even almost wrinkle-free appearance. Her loose, deeply lined neck is honest indicator of her true age. Her voice is calm and collected, and only slight rough on the edges. Additionally, more than one thing about her appearance and behavior seem familiar to you, but you cannot immediately figure out why. Torch's evolution, may I help you? So it seems that people are augmenting their age here. Evolution is Torch. I'm Eros, and I had some questions for you, if you have the time. Eros, yes, I know exactly who you are. I am Lydia. Welcome to my office. I have very little time to chat, so you can. So, I ask of you to make your questions brief, as I have, and as concise as possible. Now, what is it you need it of me, Eros. What do you do here? You mean, in a sense, what job do I perform here? If so, then the answer is simple. I oversee and manage all three departments within investigation. I have been in this position for, I'd say, almost 10 years, and during that time, we have had numerous achievements. Does that answer your question, Eros? Could you tell me more? I'm really curious. Then you will have to wait for a more appropriate moment. I have plenty of work to do at the moment, and the time is short. What can you tell me about the investigation? Investigation can be summarized easily with a single word: knowledge. As you know by now, I hope Torchism views Torch as both physical entity and a symbol of knowledge related to it, but it doesn't stop here, Eros. The evolution of humankind does not benefit just from genetic research. For example, by making ourselves physically resilient, like, say, the recombinants, a physical form is only one fragment of the complex natural puzzle we've obliged ourselves to solve. An investigation's goal is to discover each and every other of these fragments. Knowledge is key, Eros. That is all from me. For other details regarding investigation, you may seek Amelia. I will leave you now. Your Eminence, Torch guide you. Torch guide you, brother. Quite interesting. Okie dokie. Provost Vladan and Judicator Azarias. The instant you make your presence known, the two men turn their heads toward you. Without hesitation, the one in high decorated black robes, a skinny faced man in his laced 15s, addresses you with a determined yet smooth voice. Excuse me, brother. I don't know who you are, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave this office. Judicator Azarias and I are in the middle of an important discussion and really cannot afford to be interrupted. The other man, appearing to be a similar age, he is quick to join in. His round, wrinkled face, which has had a stern expression ever since you came in, quickly turns red. His voice is only slightly deeper, but notably harsher, even a bit strained than the other man's, making him sound much more imposing. Magnificent Torch. What is the meaning of this audacious intrusion? How dare you barge into Provost's office like that? Please calm down, Judicator. Remember what brother Jerry Franz told you about getting upset? Think of your health. Also, come to think of it, I believe that this young man here is the the novitiate who retrieved the reaching man from the feral lunatics, which of course does not give him the right to, as you say, barge into my office. He smiles. Still, we can forgive him for his act under the assumption that it is never to repeat again. Correct. Novitiate? The judicator calms down. If you say so, Vladan. I mean, your great honor, but were this my office, an act of disrespect such as this would not be tolerated so light-heartedly. I assure you, I have no doubt about your words, Judicator, he smiles. Now, young novitiate, I will ask you again politely to leave us to our discussion. Thank you. I'm very sorry for the intrusion, to have interrupted you, and I will leave the office at once. Proposed Judicator. Torch guide you both. It won't happen again, but I had questions. They will kick me out. Apologies accepted. We will forget this ever happened. Torch guide you, novitiate. Okay, okay. You don't have to be so PC. No, not here. Here. Amelia, my darling. Eros, I am very pleased to see you. What can I do for you? Um, can you tell me more about the West Wing? The West Wing was a ruin before the existence of the Institute of Torch and was always sealed off for the rest of the building. When the great earthquake of the year 24 struck and demolished the library factory, and we already read this. As years passed, various creatures found their homes in the darkness of the West Wing. People began complaining about scratching sound coming from the walls, hearing strange voices calling them. Some even mentioned seeing faceless looking at them from the ventilation grates or other lightless openings. Of course, some of these were just wild exaggerations and outstanding interpretations conjured by petrified minds, but the fact that the West Wing wildlife had expanded was a real, proven issue. In year 67, more than 4 years after the West Wing had been demolished, a rescue expedition led by Ephron Gromis was dispatched to cool the overpopulated wildlife. The operation was a success for a time. Culling was going as planned for 2 days. It was slow and methodical due to the West Wing size and danger factor. Then, after 2 days, contact was lost with the whole expedition. Only one guy returned, mutilated beyond recognition. The poor man dragged the upper half of his severed body back to the checkpoint, but only just. He died moments after seeing his brother and sister watching him in horror. The cut that severed his body in half was astonishingly clean, and to this day, no one is sure what creature was capable of managing something like that. The West Wing was closed and remained closed for 30 more years until it was reopened recently. Aiden, pardon me, I suppose I could have shortened the story, but there is something fascinating about something mysterious. Uh, could this be. Well, we shall get to that. Maybe we should keep that in mind that Abrams told us not to mess with six because he once split a person in half. Could also be related to this. Well, did you have any more questions? Um, no. Adios. So we'll have to look. Let's go down here for the. Well, there are four wings, but they're two distinct ones. So their names are kind of difficult to pronounce. What is here? Join preservation if you have the guts. Okay, this is the preservation. Preservation is quite cool. But you can do quests in all departments. Hana. Eros. Median Samuel wishes to see you. He is in the office with Denzil. Okay. So we have pretty much everything prepared in terms of this quest. And you can you just need to do 3 quests for preservation, or for the investigation you need to do 6 out of 9 quests. Or you can do all of the quests and then turn them in and that's it. But I want to do 3 quests from the investigation and we'll check that one. Eros. This is Denzil, this is Samuel. Before you even had the chance to say anything, one of the two men points at you and speaks in a familiar, enthusiastic voice. Eros, good of you to finally show up. I mean, the Mediant and I were just discussing your you retrieved the reaching man from the clutches of those devolved inbreds, and the Efferitor is cut short by a result voice coming from the other man, one whose different and arguably more elaborated uniform markings introduce as someone of superior rank in the Torchist hierarchy than Denzil. One of the symbols, an eye with 3 equidistant tentacles sprouting out of it is similar to the ones Denzel's bearing at the extra tentacle. Silence. I have heard it. I have heard it already. And our brother already knows it from first-hand experience, no? Eros. I am Median Samuel L. Jackson. The sound is coming. The second in command of preservation forces of the Institute of Torch. Welcome to my office. Torch is evolution. Evolution is torch. Indeed, it is, brother. Now, I need to wait a few moments for me to finish with a ferritor and send him away. This won't take long. Your notability, Mediant. I don't understand. What do you mean, send me away? Then let me explain it, Ferritor. As soon as we've done here, you're going to take your guys, unit, and lead them to patrol the upper underrail routes W1 through N5. The theft of the reaching man reveals how susceptible we are to having our couriers intercepted by the likes of lunatics and other inbred lowlife. I want the area surrounding the institute secure at all times. At all times. Infuriation seeps from the Iferitor's. His body language reveals it, yet just before replying to the Median, he calms down. As of icy cold water was poured on his face, with the anger washed away, what is left is but great distress. Your notability. I work hard with Heros to locate and retrieve the reaching man to bring it back in time for the anniversary, as it is my duty to the Institute, to Aiden and Torch. You realize that, yes? I know you do. Yet I am aware for my hard work by being sent on a what? A meaningless patrol? Hard work? Don't make me laugh, Efreitor. If idling away in front of the institute gate and waiting for a passerby, a complete stranger, to ask for help constitutes as hard work, then by all means you deserve a promotion, no? Perhaps you could even replace me if that is what you desire. It's not how it happened, Mediant. If you silence, I don't want to hear another word from you, Efreitor. Did you really think that your babbling and blood thinking would make me forget how the whole situation was handled? Yes. Even though the figurine is back in our hands, it is not because of you, but because of the chain of very fortunate events and that help of Eros, who by the torch did a lot more than you. Now, out. You have your orders, Efreitor. Torch guide you. Overflowing with disappointment, the freighter leaves with a barely audible farewell. Torch guide you, your notability. Wait for the freighter to leave. Eros, I am really sorry you had to take part in this. I have zero tolerance for such. I don't even know how to describe it. Incompetence, that is the adequate term. Now, you, on the other hand, are exactly the opposite. You adapted yourself to the situation and hand beautifully cooled the lunatic vermin and retrieved the valuable figurine and achieved your goal. You became a member of our beautiful institute. Perfect. Survival of the fittest at its best, no? Now, I have been dying to meet you. Not literally, of course. Let us leave that to someone else. I have work for you, a test, if you will. But if you had some questions before we start, feel free to ask them now. When did you join the Institute of Torch and why? I'm afraid I dislike discussing the subject, brother. I respect that. In that case, I'd like to ask a different question. By all means, we should be nice because he sounds like a very prominent figure, so we don't want to upset him. What can you tell me about preservation? Preservation was one of the Institute's division, the one concerned with preserving Torch. This institute and all its members, our guys, are among the best trained troops in Underrail, Only we haven't had the chance to show it to the outsider. No, he laughs. How does one become a Rasofor? First thing is dedication to the Institute of Torch and its ideology. Without it, everything else becomes meaningless. Second is hard work and rigorous training. Without it, one will not be able to perform his duty within preservation forces. Third and final, it's adaptation to any and all situations that Rasforce might encounter. I think that covers everything, no? What can you tell me about Harmost? What the hell is Harmost? Harmost Stravos, commander of all preservation forces, and relays his order to a mediant, which is currently me, who then relays them to the troops below. His Excellency is a wise man with years of experience and a great sense of strategy. He was a student of Monsignor Martial, after all, no? When can I meet him? When he returns from Cytosine outpost in the deep caverns. When will that be? I am not sure, brother. Cytosine outpost. Yes, it is the first line of defense between the Faceless and our position in the deep caverns. So basically, you are in charge until he returns. That is correct, brother. Communication between this location and the deep caverns is unreliable at the moment. So Harmost had to leave in command to someone capable enough, no? So I have been trying to do my best to maintain everything as His Excellency were here himself, as if I was in his position, in a way. Let's ask something else. What can you tell me about the Faceless? Oh, the Faceless, our arch nemesis, he laughs. They are, from the very beginning of the Institute of Torch, the Faceless were poking their augmented noses into our business and try to hamper our progress. They are violent, cannot be reasoned with. They don't even have free will. I'm not over exaggerating. They never show any emotion or independence. They will call. We know it. We have seen it. They do kind of exhibit those traits that they are of one mind. They seem to be given a lot of trouble. They tried. The first years of the institute were the hardest for us. We hadn't had a strong foothold in the deep caverns, and defending Torch from the corrupted was very difficult. We were in constant conflict, shedding blood on a daily basis. Then, in year 42, we took a decisive victory at the Battle of Nucleus. Harmost Martial commanded our guys and gave the Faceless a lesson in warfare they'll never forget. So they left you alone after that? They never mounted a major assault against the preservation forces since that defeat. In the next 60 years, only irregular skirmishes were a sight that they were still alive, and I don't even believe they had they have shown their dystrophic bodies in 10, maybe 15 years. Until now, where they have assaulted the core city. Can I ask some question about torchism? Isn't it better to ask someone from the propagation? No. One of the ministers, or better yet, Amelia. I mean, it is her job to teach novitiates and hold lectures. Now, don't get me wrong, we can sit here and chat about torchism all day long, but I won't want to be teaching you basic concepts of torchism if that is what you seek of me. Any more questions? This task you want to give me? Yes, you can see. I can see you are determining becoming a part of the preservation. No? Yes, your notability. I am really interested. Excellent. That is what I wanted to hear. Let's begin then. I have a simple job for you. You are aware of the destructive force that was the recent earthquake. It did terrible damage throughout the Underrail. Unfortunately, the Institute wasn't spared from its wrath either. One of the walls in the utility section, a couple of levels below us, had collapsed, revealing a passage to the long abandoned Harpocrates station. Minor damage, all things considered, which is lucky for us. However, it poses a security risk, as you may have already guessed. It was actually recently discovered for the breach happened in one of the locked rooms. No one entered for a long time. We hadn't noticed what happened until, well, I can't remember who it was, but someone went there and witnessed the chaos. Naturally, the Rassoforce unit was dispatched to scan the area, and it was free of threat at the time. When we later checked some of the old plans, however, we noticed that the utility section 7, west of Harpocrate's main hall, has a long tunnel leading somewhere far away. Pipeline goes through it, so the plan shows. But I'm worried about something else coming through. You understand me, no? I need someone to explore that utility section and secure it. Someone. He smiles. As a matter of fact, I already visited the utility station you told me about. Interesting. Quite interesting, Eros. You surprise me more and more. In a positive way, of course. Tell me more about your findings. Your fears were justified. A large group of lunatics has managed to get in the utility station through sludge-filled pipes. Some of them even got stuck inside and died. Revolting, inbred ferals. He pauses for a moment before continuing. And I called all of the inbreds nobility. They won't be bothering us anymore. I expected nothing less. Well done, Eros. I am very pleased, and I am sure His Excellency will be most pleased once I inform him what you have done. This is when we're going through that place filled with the shadow lunatics and so on, with the proxies. Really, really crazy. To tell you the truth, I expected you to find something there. Foreign bodies, he laughs. My rest force heard strange sounds coming from behind those doors, so I decided to send you as a test, just to see if what you did to the Emporium was due to luck or skill. And now I have the results. Foreign bodies were successfully removed from the system. He smiles. Here you go. 450 stygians. Something to give you further motivation, brother. Since I hope you are now convinced I am not a wimp, I'd like to hear if you're going to uh, give me any more work. He laughs. I am beginning to like you more and more, but be careful with what you wish for, brother, for I do have some interesting work which could once again expose you to great dangers. I fear nothing, your nobility. Tell me of it. Great. Where I am about to send you is going to be exactly the same place you are told not to go. I see. You are going to send me into the West Wing, right? Precisely. Approximately 5 days ago, a combat unit under the command of Matteo was dispatched to the West Wing after the investigator chef of the Department of Physics informed us about a strong electromagnetic emission detected from the West Wing northern section. The West Wing hasn't been opened since year 67, just over 30 years ago. And so we were reluctant to do anything about it. But after we have consulted His Excellency, we finally decided to dispatch a unit. Unfortunately, that turned out to be a mistake, completely abortive. We lost all contact with them. We do not know where they are, what happened to them, nothing, brother. Stravos, as dedicated as torchism and intelligence as he is, a man I truly respect, don't get me wrong, should have listened to my advice. Do you agree? No? What I want from you is simple. Go to the West Wing and find out what happened to the missing unit. Then return and report your findings to me. We will consider your actions from there. Why did you wait 5 days to look for them? The West Wing sounds like a death trap. Okay, I will go to the next. Okay. Well, in that case, Torch guide you, brother. Take the door past Aiden's library and take care. Torch guide you, your nobility. Notability, sorry. So that is one of the paths we can finish. We just have 2 missions. They're quite chunky, but really, really cool missions. But since we have prepared in advance, we don't have much incentive to do more. I mean, we can upgrade this and get some extra things here and there, but I'm more interested in something more specific. I don't know if it's here though. No, I don't think it's here. Oh, there is a kitten. Oh, this one looks nice. Do I know how to make morphine? Yeah. Minister Percival. Doesn't seem like there is anything I can use from here. Maybe I shouldn't let people see what I'm doing. Closed? No. But not interested either. There could be some interesting things you might find. So always check, but the vases are kind of like meh. Not really worth it. Wardrobe. Although 9 out of 10 is some clothing. Yep. And a battery. But we get a torches robe, which is really cool. Of course, we will get one of our own later on. And we have a few torches robes already at home. So it's not like we're earning anything. Minister Parsival. Shush, kitten. You recognize the familiar face of Minister Parsival, and he recognizes yours too without delay. Torch's evolution, brother. I am terribly sorry, but I am currently engaged in a conversation with these acolytes. Could you please seek me at another time? Sorry to disturb you. Torch guide you. Yes, little kitten, yes. You're adorable, we know. Okay, so there are 3 branches here in the investigation, and each 3 has 3 missions. But we want to do... Well, actually, I don't know which one is the one I want to do. Let's check. So this is with creatures. Just a moment, let me identify the correct one. I think it's the genetic labs, the one that we're seeking. But we're gonna talk to all of the laboratories. Sign. Genetics laboratory, yes, there we go. Investigator, assistant, freezer. Oh, hello there, you beautiful bastards. Of course, everything is closed. Animal caretaker. Working with animals can be a smelly experience, he laughs. Oh, this looks interesting. Can I go down here? Oh. Quite interesting, isn't it? Psycho. Slimy? I can't see slimy, unfortunately. Dusty. A ventilation shaft? It's too narrow to crawl from. Look at Dusty. Dusty, can you go a little higher to the... No? No? Ah, he's shy. What else do we have here? Gray, which is... and Lucy. Clearly we won't be able to open the doors. These doors does not have conventional locks. Ventilation shaft. Hmm. Lots of ventilation shafts here, aren't they? Maybe it will relate to something we might like to do. But first we should meet the other ones. And then we'll come and do the quest here, because mainly it will be quite an interesting experience. And the other ones, you can do it for experience, but again, I mean for the XP boost. Physics laboratory. Shelves, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Let's have a look. Torch. Minister. This is so mesmerizing. Investigator Cairo. This thin man seems uninterested in you at the first glance, as his facial expression doesn't change at all when he notices you trying to start a conversation, and his body language doesn't differ. What you do also find peculiar in the fact that he almost never breaks eye contact, but maintains it during the whole conversation. Luckily, he blinks in regular intervals, or else the mechanical stare would have seemed more awkward. Also, it comes as no surprise that this tone of voice is as flat as his excitement for the conversation he is engaging. Torch's evolution. I am investigator Cairo. Who are you? Evolution is Torch, brother Emeros. I want you to talk about. I had some questions for you. No problem at all, brother. What do you have in your mind? Uh, I'm in need of some high-tech gadgetry and components. I guess this would be the right place for it. There are components and devices that I may be able to offer you for a purchase, but I must have Pi something something permission before I can actually do so. You can ask him, okay? Just tell me where I can find him. In his office, in one of the double doors, just by the resonant transformer. Hard to miss, brother. What is this machine you're working on? This is our particle accelerator electronics. What accelerates the particles' electromagnetic fields? Precisely, brother. What you see before you is only part of the machine. The rest is 500 meters long circular track looking through the institute building. Looping, sorry. This allows it's like a CERN particle accelerator. This allows us to propel particle around until they reach sufficient speed, and then we steer them and guide them like Torch guides us with superconducting magnets. The particle form beams, and then we collide them in or aim them at fixed targets. What do you learn from all of this? We can truly we can study how particles react during collision, what kind of radiation gets released. We can observe the effects it has on materials and tissues. It can be used for many things. Currently, we used it to simulate surface radiation, or what the hypothesis it could be like. Or we will be using it after the replacement super steel sheet are installed inside the tracks. Oh. We are fortunate to have inherited it from the original engineers. of this building. We can maintain it, but constructing one today would be highly impossible. Can you tell me who's in charge here? That would be Principal Investigator Chef Steff. He runs the Department of Physics. He should be in his office in case you need him. Anything on your mind? Torch guide you. The office. What is here though? A server room. Quite an advanced one as well. I wonder, do we take damage by being here? What? Answer? The answer was very yes. Very, very yes. Chef. The investigator seems to have just finished typing something on his keyboard when you walked in. The final keystroke coincides with you coming to a halt before him. He lifts his head and observes you through his glasses and instantly notices one detail, that there is a smudge on them. Naturally, he removes the glasses, picks up the handkerchief from his drawer and begins wiping the lenses clean. As he is doing so, the conversation begins. Torch's evolution. Haven't seen you before, brother, and you must be here either to appreciate the light show uh, produced by our resonant transformers or to do some scientific investigation. Either is acceptable. He smiles. I'm the principal investigator, but please just call me Chef. Chef. You are is Torch, brother. I am Eros, and I had a few questions for you. I had no objections to that. Eros ask your questions. I was wondering if you had any work. No, we're not gonna do any work. What can you tell me about your department? Well, now, this is the Department of Physics, and that is exactly what we do here. Physics, he laughs. We have our little lab here in our personal particle accelerator, even, and we are pretty much have our hands free to do whatever we desire. We perform tests, experiments, and make new discoveries in an attempt to further aid this institution and its goals. Sound like a lot of fun. Oh, physics is fun, Apex, and don't let anyone try to convince you otherwise. I suppose the only downside is that we sometimes tend to be unappreciated. I feel, by the other departments like physicists play with their own toys, blah blah blah. Aiden, pardon me for saying that, but it can get on my nerves sometimes. But then we do show them something Apex in their jaw instantly cracks on the floor. He smiles. Why did you join the institute? Well, it was a long time ago, he laughs. I am going to give you a simple answer here. There is no need to go into a lot of details. Here's the single sentence. I always had imagination, and here I could make it reality. Thus, that's all there is to it, brother. I'm interested in purchasing some tech stuff. If you've got any available. An unusual request, but one I can respond to positively. Talk to the investigator Kiro and tell him that you have my permission. The selection should be satisfying, I'm sure. Thank you. Torch guide you. Adios. Don't touch the electricity, please. The principal told me I could purchase high-tech stuff from you. Of course, brother. Please wait a moment and I'll show you what we have available. Oh. Now we have new and amazing and superb and fantastic merchants, which we shall sell stuff to. Clearly, I'm not gonna bother too much. We can also, when we'll go to the deep caverns, we'll find a lot of high quality material, so we can even craft there if we wish. We don't have to bother too much with buying stuff here now. even if some of them are high quality, but generally speaking, we'll be okay. Okay, the Bolt 3 I'm gonna buy. Jeez, that's quite expensive. And what else can I tell you? I can sell you maybe this. Thank you. And that is it. Sayonara. Okay, a little introduction to the other departments. Damn it, I'm so sneaky tricky. Now, shall we go and visit our amazing friends over here? At the Department of Chemistry Laboratory. Now, to be honest, I don't like these two departments, the physics and the chemistry laboratories quest. They feel very, eh, you know, very meh. Investigator. Probably somebody's here. We might have, yeah, Aiden. We have Aiden over here. Oh, praise Aiden. But before we go there, oh no, we can't go in here. We can go in here. Octavia. The woman carefully places, so she's a merchant probably, places down the beaker full of purple liquid as soon as you come near. On the table in front of her, you see numerous glassware, beakers, flasks, vials. It's all there. She lowers the protective mask covering her mouth and starts the conversation. Torch's evolution. I don't think we've met before. I'm Octavia. Investigator Octavia. I'm Eros. I hope you're not too busy to answer a few questions for me. No problem. What I'm doing can wait. What did you have in mind? Is there a way I can acquire some chemical around here? Well, I happen to be in charge of the chemical inventory, but you'd have to ask our PI Georges for permission. He is in the first office right here. Okay. So it's kind of like trying to connect the conversation from one character to the other so you don't miss on the quest. It's quite well neatly done. If he says yes, come back to me, brother. Can you tell me who's in charge here? That would be Georges. You can find him in the office right over there behind those double doors. What does PI stand for? Oh, it stands for Principal Investigator. A Principal Investigator is the head of the specific department. Our PI Investigator, Georges. Um, while, for example, that would be PI Rista for the genetics department and PI Chef for the physics. While you're at it, all departments belonging to investigation, which is the name of the Institute of Torch Division, are overseen by the Episcopos. Currently, that would be Lydia. Uh, there, that should give you just the basic idea how things function in investigation. Torch guide you, sister. You too. See you. We'll talk to him in a moment. Georges, as soon as you notice the man in a white lab coat closes the folder he was staring to, read the staring to read, training to read, he and greets you with a firm handshake. His bloodshot eyes are drowning his fatigue, something with rubbing his eyes, which he performs from time to time. Simply cannot remove, but can only relieve for a bit. Still, he appears alert and focused enough, and above all, friendly during the conversation. Oh. Hello, brother. Torch's Evolution. Torch's Evolution. I am Principal Investigator Georges, and I run the Department of Chemistry, a part of investigation in case you didn't know. Evolutionist Torch, I am Eros. Ah, yes. You helped Denzil to get the reaching man from the lunatics. Yes, right. Aiden was very pleased to have the figurine finally in his hands. Tell me, how may I help you? No, work, excuse me. I need something to analyze. Show him the broken off spike. Oh, from the Black Sea. Take it to Octavia, brother. She'll perform the analysis for you. Now, he yawns. What did the institute? Why did you join the institute? That happened a long time ago, some 15 years ago. I used to work for the chemist in Core City. I was young and ambitious, but those ambitions were at least temporarily shattered when was the news that Biocorp was overtaken by Protectorate came from the North Underrail by the torch. I still remember when the riots broke into my home and started thrashing and pillaging inbred primitives. So I left the core city and sought the, at the time, extremely unfamiliar Institute of Torch. I've heard of it from some friends of mine, and I came upon those same entrance gates. Yes, I remember it still. The moment I stepped through the gate, I felt something from a bleak outlook on life. I suddenly feel my ambition waking up again. And I guess I managed to realize those ambition investigations was a natural choice for me, and therefore I started an assistant chemist. A few years later, and after a lot of hard work, I became a proper investigator and led some of my own projects. Then finally, in my year 1992, I became the principal investigator. The next stop, Georges, Episcopos Georges. He laughs. I'm joking, of course, but who knows? Mm, is there a way for me to get hold of some chemicals around here? Hmm. It is rare for someone to come with that request, but I don't see why not. Go talk to the investigator Octavia. She can sell you some of the chemicals we have in access. Just tell her I gave you permission. Thank you, and have a nice day. Torches Evolution. Now let's sort this thing with Octavia. Let's do a hardcore save as well. She lowers her face mask. Yes, brother. Uh, Georges told me I could purchase chemicals from you. No problem. This is what I have available. Yada 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 yada. Nothing interesting at the moment. I mean, she has some good stuff, but nothing interesting. I would like to purchase. No, I was told I can analyze the chemical composition of something for me. Sure, brother. Hand it over. Give her the broken off spike. The one from the guy that hit the what's it called? The monolith up at the arch with the pickaxe. She inspects the sample. Okay, please wait here while I go and put this in the analyzer. I'll be back shortly. You pass the time by reading the labels of various chemical containers. There is actually a substance called bastardane. It doesn't take too long for Octavia to return. Hey brother, I'm back with the results. And she hands you the sample back. Pure carbon. Interesting. Where does this come from? It's got an unusual shape. Uh, this used to be a person. She nods. If you need anything else, just let me know. Okay. Mm, Torch guide you. You too, brother, you too. So you can imagine the powerful properties of of that artifact that turned a human being into pure carbon. Because we are mostly made out of water, but to carbonize a body to that molecular structure level is crazy hardcore. I don't think we can do anything else with this spike. I'm not sure. Although I would be intrigued to find out. But Azif didn't seem curious about it, so whatever. Okay, now we're gonna do some quests for these guys. These quests are somewhat nice, though kind of tricky to pull off. Um, I'm not sure these guys have a vendor. Rista. You come up to a man who seems to be studying some papers. As he raises his head to look at you, you immediately feel he doesn't approve of you being in his office. It is the long and oversized sight that gave you that impression. Maybe it is the tired and unwelcoming stare that you feel could push you outside with enough force to also knock you off your feet, perhaps? Or is it his clenching fist that could, if someone is not careful, end up causing serious pain? Who knows? In any case, while you ponder all of this, the man decides to speak first and does so in deep and gravely voice. He sighs. Torch's evolution. I am principal investigator Rista, and I am sincerely hope you weren't sent by Lydia. I wasn't, don't worry. But I have to worry. Every time someone enters my office, it equals to either more work or more problems. It is how the universe works. Proven over and over again. Magnificent Torch. It's either a student symposium I have to prepare for in a hurry, or some new project with an unrealistic deadline, or some other problem, or a disaster in the lab. I'm not here to give you work, so you can relax. In fact, I was hoping for the opposite. I'm the one looking for work. You hear the rushed footsteps behind you. Slowly, they become closer and closer. Wait and see what happens. Oh, I didn't speak to Aidan. I forgot. The man finally comes, and still, after something into the office, storming into the office. You can tell he wants to expel something important as soon as possible, but severe shortness of breath prevents him from doing so. After a few moments, he regains himself and is finally able to explain what urged him to come in such a waste. Oof. I'm so sorry to bother you, investigator. Oof. I know you had said you don't wish to be disturbed, but we have a major problem. Oh, really? Oh, really? Well, thank you, mister, here, for stepping into my office and causing all this chaos. He shrugs. It's his fault. He turns towards you. See? This is what I have been talking about. Every time someone walks into my office. Problem. Why can't people let me work in peace? Why, Torch? Why? And then people complain when I lock the door. Oh no, it's my fault. What? I can't be possibly to blame for this, what happened in your lab. Let's hear what this is all about in the first, and discuss who's responsible for it later. One of the NPS specimens has escaped. Okay, it's NPS, sounds quite familiar. Has He's on this cell and is running rampart. I don't know how it happened, but I was by the stairs doing my work when I suddenly hear strange and loud sounds coming from downstairs. I took a peek and I saw it. Which one? Oh, don't tell me. Psycho. Undoubtedly. Well, since this is all your fault, whoever you are the one who is going to catch it. I will, if I am only if and only if you promise to treat me better from now on, and I'm not the cause of your problems. Fair enough. Now listen carefully. Psycho is one of our NPS specimen, as you've just heard. Escape its enclosure and is making a home of Type 2 specimen section, which it is genetically engineered Azuridae, which is a deadly arsenal of psi abilities, and at its disposal. Oh my god, my voice. I reckon it's a bit too frightened to climb the stairs, or else it already be causing havoc in the lab. But that could just change it at any moment. And how am I supposed to capture it? Well, we have a portable neutral specifier that could calm the creature down. Should, in any case, you haven't heard it, should calm it down. Just, undoubtedly, it is not an easy task, since you have to somehow incapacitate the creature and then put the device on its head and then activate it. Psycho is very tough, so your best bet is to tire out the weak and weaken the creature first before trying to incapacitate it. Just be careful not to hurt it too much. How that seems very complicated. I know. It is, but I'm sure you'll be able to do it. The better question is, will you? I'll do it. Let me have the neutral pacifier. Very good. Here it is. The device. He gives you the portable neutral pacifier. As soon as you get the chance to use the device, place it on Psycho's head. Line the markers on the device with the place where the two halves of the carapace opens to expose the brain. Once lined up, press the button on the device and stand back. Everything else is automatic. Just keep away and you will be fine. Follow the corridor past the holding pans and go down the stairs. Ironically, the lower levels is full of dark passages, which will no doubt make your job a tad more difficult. Torch guide you. Oh, and do not try to open the cells there unless you do wish to be called on the spot. We shall try. First, let's go talk to Aiden, because we missed a big portion of this whole thing. And then we'll go capture the beautiful Psycho. Oh, hello there, Aiden. A nightmarish visage stares at you with its barren eyes, tentacle-like extensions hanging from the lower part of the mask, and only add to the already intimidating sight. While it is only that, a mask, it seems natural to wonder if what is beneath it could be even more frightening. This tall, imposing figure is Aiden, so he's a bit tall. Founder of the Institute of Torch. There is no doubt about it. He wears a long, decorated robe that exhibits a ghastly flow with every move he makes, all of which are controlled and deliberate. Also, a symbol of an eye with five tentacles growing out of each stamp. The robe with the highest rank you've ever seen any of the torches have. He lowers his head to look at you and delivers his words in profoundly deep voice, only slightly impeded by the terrifying mask. Torch's evolution, Eros, finally we meet. I would like to officially introduce myself. I am Aiden. I never had the opportunity to take you for returning the set piece of the Institute of Torch. If it had stayed in the hands of the devolved, I would have been greatly disappointed. Well done. Evolutionist Torch, I retrieved the figurine in your name, illustrious Aiden. In that I have no doubt, Eros. We rarely get to witness such valiant efforts from those who have yet to become a part of our institute. He pauses. I apologize, but I cannot speak to you at this time. I have come here to oversee the department and discuss certain matters with some of the investigators. Still, I am sure we will converse again when the time will allow. I am sorry if I bothered you. Torch guide you, Torch guide us all, Eros. So that's really cool. An introduction of this very important character, and it's done in such a humble way. You know, he's not trying to show like, oh, I'm the best, I'm the biggest, nobody can touch me, and blah blah blah. He's like interacting with his ranks, with his lower ranks, people who work there. You know, and he seems like a balanced character. Also, everybody here seems to be the best and brightest of in the Underrail. So yeah, they have a good thing going on here. Why wouldn't somebody join this place? Now, I'm kind of afraid. I'm gonna change weapons. I'm gonna go with the lower one. I'm afraid that I might kill it. So let's see. Where can I find him? Psycho's door is open. There we go. Does this kill it, I wonder? What? Why did it change? What the hell is happening? Okay, that answered my question. He is quite strong. I missed. Damn it. Let's try to poke him a little. He's a very powerful psycho bastard. Come on. Oh, he closed his head? I can't see. Now let's shoot him one more time. Oh, there we go. So we shouldn't kill him though. But I'm running out of possible... Where is it? It's this one. This device... Shoot. I need to put the device on him. Oh, that is very horrible. Very, very horrible. How do I keep this device on him? This device was given to you to use on the escape beetle once it's been incapacitated. How do I incapacitate it? Huh. Just a moment. Oh, shoot. I think we can incapacitate it using this. Actually, no, I'll have to use this. YOLO. I don't know. He's gonna hurt me. Psycho, don't die. Oh, he's... So what do I do? Do I just talk to him? Cannot initiate during combat. Oh god, this one has 3 turns. I'm gonna die. Can I heal? To some extent. Hopefully he cannot open doors, because if he opens the door... 2... Okay, he can't open doors. Whew! Thank you, door. I hope I can exit. Oh, we were saved by the shield. The creature seems knocked out for the time being. Now that you have a chance to take a closer look, you can truly admire its impressive size. However, it appears that though scarred carapace reveals more than you had expected. The creature is One of extreme age. How old exactly? You are unsure. Miniature landscape adorn the beetle's back. Every scar, scratch, or defect on its on it illustrates a separate story of this being's lost past, long past. But time to study it you do not have. However, as the creature could regain consciousness at every moment, use the natural pacifier from the creature. You perform the procedure as you were instructed. You position the device so that the markers match the carapace opening line of the beetle's head and press the activation button on the neutral pacifier. As soon as you do that, you hear the device activating, and after a brief delay, the faint sound of the carapace cracking reaches your ear. You expected some reaction from the creature, twitching or some other motion as you consequence of this probably painful intrusion. But the beetle remains static. Soon everything quiets down. And there we go. The problem. There is a problem though. How the hell do I get out of here? Well, it seems that the correct answer is not this way. Oh, actually, I think I can get it. See? I'm gonna stop. Yes, there we go. Easy peasy. There we go. He's quite powerful though. Super. Super duper. We are the best. First mission solved. It is done. It is done. I planned the neutral pacifier on the creature head and it is now well pacified. Very good, very good. I am pleased. I will send someone to take care of that. And you, your name is Eros. Eros, I heard that you just recently figurine did you. Yes, oh yes. Now I understand everything. I would like to apologize for my earlier behavior. Magnificent Torch, it's always just. I have a lot of work here and incredible amount of work, and every time someone enters my office, something goes horribly awry. It directly translates to more trouble, and all of that before I even get a chance to drink my first cup of mushroom tea of the day. He sighs. Well, you did good. Indeed. And for that, here is something for you. He hands you 400 Stygian coins. If you seek more work, why not drop by my office sometimes, bro? Bro, I think I've got some, because we're brothers, some stuff for you, for a man like you. Do you have. What can you tell me about this neutral pacifier? I'm going to be very concise, bro. Neutral pacifier project is our most recent achievement in the field of neutral manipulation. Neural, sorry, neutral. I'm dyslexia. What can you do? And only this year we have performed our first successful pacification procedure on an actual living subject. It was one of the coil spiders you have probably seen by now. Now, the basic idea behind the project is to find a way to influence the behavior of anything with a brain. Indeed, there are two ways to perform this procedure. The safer way is to get it done on the operating table, but it's not if that's not possible, as is the case of Psycho, a portable neural pacifier is necessary. No matter the option, The end result is one docile or pacified creature that you can, as you can see for yourself, safely keep close to humans without the risk of injury or death. I really don't wish to go into details of the procedure, partially because it is confidential, but mostly because I don't feel like talking that much. Yes, that is all regarding the that matter, bro. What can you tell me about Psycho? This is confidential, bro. And you're already seen too much. Different question. Why did you join? Bro, that doesn't take. Don't take this the wrong way, but I'm currently not in the mood to discuss any of my personal history and motives. Perhaps once I got to know you better and actually get the time to sit down and talk, then maybe. Do you have any more work? Indeed, I do. There are two jobs for you, as a matter of fact, bro. First, require you to take a ferry and ride a pretty remote place in the lower Underrail. And the second one is about a genetics disease resistance project. Interested in any of the two, or both perhaps? What can you tell me about the genetic disease resistance? Well, it's something I got from the top, you know what I mean? Someone comes into my office and drops some stuff on my desk, whether I like it or not. I am the PI of the business department, busiest department in Institute of Torch. So things like that are unavoidable. I guess Magnificent Torch. So what I got was a project on genetic disease resistance. I have to find some subjects who have shown great resilience to deadly disease. Yeah, that's what I was told. What that means is he pointed to himself. I, the principal investigator, have to worry about the subjects when I have the pacification project on my hand. Torchist recombination paperwork to finish, George's protein design data to review, even study some devolved psyo- psymorphs from the deep caverns. That means the slug that were recently brought in. What I need of you is the following: walk outside the institute. There is a bunch of people there, and ask around if anyone exhibits what we require. If not, well, we did our best. Let someone else deal with it. If you do find someone, even better, since there are already here, they would be easy to convince to come here and do some simple tests, nothing painful. That is all regarding the matter, indeed. I'll see what I can do. He nods. Wait. What about the other one? I'm interested in what you described as a ferry trip. All right, bro. Let me ask you this question. Have you ever heard of Forsaken Island? Uh, I have never heard of it. Okay, there is no shame in that. Allow me to explain what it is. The Forsaken Island is a remote island situated somewhere between Core City, approximately southeast of it, and the most southern part of the lower Underrail. It is, people say, surrounded by violent currents, which makes it unpopular place for tourism, he loves. However, there is something else there, bro. The Forsaken Behemoth. Now, I've heard some exaggerated stories about its appearance and behavior. It's it breathes fire, it shoots laser from his eyes, it has seven heads, various nonsense. I mean, the creature is real, might have some psionic abilities. I don't deny that. It's just that some of the things I've heard take it too far. However, what is consistent is all of those stories can be summarized like this. It is a big lizard, a very, very big lizard. And if it really exists, I want a piece of it. Not fight it, but rather a sample of a skin or whatever else you can find. Ooh. So again, we can look at the expedition where we saw that the underwater monolith was a connection to a world where insectoid and reptilian creatures existed. And we've seen a lot of big bones in in the savage lands. So it's possible that creatures like this have passed through or materialized or somehow managed to evolve into our reality. I don't know, quite crazy. So what I wish you to do is basically this: go to the island, find someone who is crazy enough to take you there, see if the creature exists, and bring me a sample of it. There is a possibility it is the only one of its kind, so try not to call it. For we might return later and try to capture it. Simple, bro. Really simple. The pay is good. 650 karens is my opinion very good, and in my opinion very good, and you'll receive it once you've come back from the island. What do you say? A dangerous journey, a hunt of a giant monster. Count me in. Very good. That is all. Yep, that is all. Good luck. Torch guide you, brother. He nods. So our task has been set. Although investigator, assistant, yeah, there's nobody here that sells stuff. Would have been nice if we could buy some pelts, some leather, or things like that. Zoo. We will get out of the institute. We will reach outside, first do the first mission, which is not at all difficult. Wait, where? Here. And then we'll get back into the institute and do the western thing, because the western part is quite complex. And doing oh, we have to talk to this guy. Torch's evolution, brother. What do you need? I need to leave the institute building. What is the reason for your egress, brother? I'm on official institute business. Official business? On whose authority? Principal investigator Rista. Yes, I have been informed of that, brother. Oh, and I might need to take several trips back and forth. I will note that. Opening the gate now, brother. Torch guide you. Torch guide you too, brother. So now we have to talk to the guys outside here. Always good to do a hardcore save before we start a mission. Daphne. Hi, Eros. More questions? Um... Can you tell me? I'm a geneticist. What exactly do you mean? No. Hmm. Maurice? Nothing. Kale? We've read all of this. You? What about you? Oh. Huh. Well, it seems that people don't want to be bothered. Frowning man. He angrily waves you away. What is what? Armored man is leave me alone. Foundry worker, cough cough cough. Detritus. Someone at the Institute of Torch is interested in the fact that you survived the drop zone plague. He seems surprised by your statement. Interested? Why? Because you're special. You survived the plague despite the fact that it killed everyone from your family. It could be something genetic for all we know. I don't think I'm special. I don't. His voice starts wavering nervously. And if it's my genes, then why did my whole family die? Shouldn't we all have had the resistance? If it's known, if it's how it's called, hereditary. Besides, what if it turns out that I'm not special? Then what's gonna happen to me? That I do not know. Maybe you were the first with the immunity. You were the youngest of all your siblings, right? Now is not the time for second thoughts. Do you want to get into the Institute of Torch or not? He calms down pipe works. Yes, yes, you're right. But what do they need me for? What I mean is, what will they do to me? They are going to perform simple tests. They won't hurt you, so don't worry. All right, count me in. He flashes a joyful smile. Hardcore, hardcore. I am as nervous as the cage hopper, but count me in. I'm ready. Great. I'll talk to the torches expert, someone to come for you. Come for you. Okay. So this was easy peasy. Now let's go see about that part. Um, we're gonna teleport. It's much faster. I know exactly where we need to go. First, let's go to Dude and see if we can buy more juice. No? Well, such a shame. Southgate Station. You can go around and ask, but I've done these missions in the past, so... Well, from what I remember, and I've looked the wiki, and I know that we have to go talk to... the cave tunnel exit here, and there is the ferry woman that can take us to our destination. Easy peasy. Another hardcore save. Bam 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 bam. Captain Zvana. Sailing somewhere? Uh, Forsaken Island. She lifts her goggles to reveal her astonished gaze. The what now? Forsaken Island, if possible. Listen, kid, listen. I don't think you know what you're talking about. Forsaken Island is a very dangerous place, and no one with a brain bigger than a slack-jaw gut goes there. Didn't you hear about the devastating current that surrounds the island? The behemoth? Yes, no? Yeah, I heard it all. And I want to get onto the island. Can you ferry me out there or not? You ain't rowing with both oars, kid. It's too dangerous. Even if we ignore a giant man-eating beast, the current around the island turned the ferry into a scrap metal. It would take a hell of a skilled ferryman to get you there in one piece. Oh, why do you think I came to you? I was told you are the best. She laughs. Yeah, and I was told you were derailed. I mean, thanks for the compliment, but the answer is still no. I don't know anyone who navigates those bloody currents and return to brag about it. If compliments won't convince you, will money? She crosses her arms and stands still, looking straight in the eye. She considers your offer for a few moments, and then sigh before replying. Fine, fine. I can see you aren't gonna give up. I guess I'm gonna. I've gone derailed too, but I'll take you there. By the way, what do you want from that forsaken place? I want to kill the behemoth. Yup, derailed as a lunatic, growing with half of an oar. Whatever the case, kid, I'm gonna charge you 400 for a trip, and that is non-negotiable. It's risky, it's dangerous, and if we do make it out of there alive, at least I want to show something for it. Buy myself something nice. Fix the boat. Yeah. So, kid, do you have the shinies? Yeah, here we go. All right, let's hop on board and let's go there. We made it, kid. I'm so glad we aren't sleeping with the eels. And right now we are somewhere in the unknown. Another hardcore save over here. And be warned, this place is extremely difficult. There are ways to avoid. Yeah, we can hear it. We can hear it. There are ways to avoid getting killed. But you have to play it smart. Mm-hmm. You're a snappy little bastard, aren't you? Oh, look at this. They didn't manage to survive very well. So far, we see a bunch of cave hoppers. Oh, the sound is getting closer. We see more people here dead. Might it be in this cavern? Might it? That's it. I recommend you enable the shield. But I will not. I'm gonna take a risk. Oh, would you look at that? The cave is empty. But why? Even though it isn't immediately obvious, there is a small gap between the pile of rocks and the cave wall. Upon closer inspection, it seems like a gap is just wide enough for you to go through, squeeze through the gap. You manage to reach the other side and the dialogue. The two robed women stand in the middle of a small cavern, facing each other. Their glooming eyes become focused on you the moment you reveal your presence. The darkness of the cave, as well as that of their hoods, make it difficult for you to discern any facial features of these two women. But the details are not just your concern right now. Their hostile pose are. One of the two women speaks with a frigid, unwelcoming voice. Identify yourself, visitor. Who are you and what is your purpose here? So clearly, people have died on this island. But probably not by the beast's hand. I'm Eros, I mean you no harm. The two women exchange looks, but not words. A short glance is all it takes for them to know that what the other one is thinking, it seems. Eros, Adira, and this is my sister Beatrice. Your purpose here, Eros. I heard about the monster behemoth. The two women exchange looks yet again. This time their wordless communication took a bit longer than previous. Still, you eventually get your response. Many came here for this very reason. I'm sure you walked past the remains of some on your way in. What can you tell me about the Forsaken Behemoth? She smiles. You've gotten this far, so I think you deserve the truth. The Forsaken Behemoth doesn't exist. All the things you've been told, in fact, false. Everything you heard is a product of Sister's skillful manipulation. If one has the ability to control fire, moving air to create frightening sounds, it is not an issue, especially when the entrance of the cape helps it resonates and reach the ears of superstitious ferrymen. I guess your ruse worked. You convinced a lot of people that this island is the home of a terrifying monster. Ironically, our whole plan was also attracted a fair number of crazy monster hunters. Or at least that we suspected that they were, since they came well armed. And some of them were really rude. They still haven't left the island on to this day. It's impolite to overstay your welcome, I say. She flashes a malicious smile. So basically, there's nothing interesting on the island? No, unless you think hoppers and mine shrooms are interesting. Nothing interesting at all. The visitors meant other than the two of us. I'm sure of that. How did you two end up here, if I may ask? Allow us to tell you a story. Alright, you may start. You manage to catch the little smile of Adiraf's face, vanishing as quickly as it appears. Even if it was there only for a brief moment, you could tell the hiding behind that smile was not joy, but in fact sadness. A young girl was born and raised in a small station far away from here. The girl had a twin sister whom she loved more than anything in this world. The two were inseparable. The sisters were inseparable, as most of twins tend to be. We already met a pair of twins that wanted to murder each other. As unfortunate as it is, several tragedies made the bond between the sisters even stronger than before. Their father, a good and caring man, died from the hands of a vile raiders that had constantly circled the station like packs of hungry red hounds. Their mother, a gorgeous woman and equally, if not more caring than the father, died from a broken heart. The little girl and her sister were left living with their grandmother, an old disabled woman who could barely take care of herself, let alone feed and raise two young girls. The sisters never loved her. She was a selfish and bitter old woman. It was a miracle how she even managed to raise such a selfless and intelligent son when she herself was quite the opposite. The next page of the story spells poverty and a life that was about to get even harder. The girl and her sister shared a gift. They were psionics. One was gifted with the ability to control fire, the other to control frost. They're talking about themselves, they're psionics. Control is the wrong word here, for they had no real control over their ability, and there was no one in that small forgotten station that could help them embrace this ability that they possessed and teach them how to use it properly. Accidental fires, flying ice spikes, and an occasional frozen doorknob quickly raised the whole station to its feet. The residents were filled with fear as well as prejudice. The sisters were scared too. They didn't want to hurt anyone. They tried not to. It was a true horror. There was no one to guide them, show them the right way to invert and use their ability. No one to help them. All they got were looks of fear and prejudice, and even hatred. Even their own grandmother proved even more useless and selfish than the girls had originally thought. Fear overcame the simple minded. The girls were forced to live in fear of their evil powers, hurting the community. Grandmother had the pseudo wise explanation, which, at least in her own distorted mind, justified such action. The sisters were given some money, some clothes, some food, and were told to go to Core City. There, someone could perhaps help them. Nonsense. The capital of decadence, torn apart by rioters, was luckily not the destination of the Little Sisters. They were sick of people, of the whole treacherous human race. The bastards, the inconsiderate walking piles of red hound excrement threw us out, forced us out, like we weren't even human beings. If we had even eaten by rabid animals right outside the station, they wouldn't have cared one stinking bit. They got rid of us. We were not their problems anymore. And that's all they cared about. She gives her sister a short glance. Naturally, any place unattained by humans, was the best place for the little sisters to settle. Not only that, but it also had to be difficult for anyone to reach this place. The little girls tried to find a ferryman to take them to the Forsaken Island, an island surrounded by dangerous currents, and had doomed a vast number of unfortunate boats in the past, and was often avoided. As there was one willing to take them there, they had to steal their ride. The island offered them a little of isolation and sufficient resources to survive. They grew up, and many years later, they eventually mastered their cursed gifts. They sought and gained control over their abilities that were a burden up to that point. And the end, they only needed each other in life. through joint efforts, they managed to survive through everything, and to this day, their bond is stronger than ever, and so are their powers. So, that was a really sad story. Some people are small-minded, but as you said, who needs those bastards? Well, what's done is done. It's all in the past now. I still hate them to this day. You wish nothing, Beatrice, leave it be. She sighs, yes, sister, I'll leave it be. Both of them fall silent. They seem to have drifted off, perhaps somewhere far back in the past. What do you do to pass the time here? Besides fishing, picking mushrooms, and hunting hoppers, I like crafting ice sculptures. I enjoy creating dancing flames of various shapes and sizes. We come up with interesting tales, or just meditate or practice our skill. Life here is not as boring as one might think, trust us. Have you ever left this island after you came here? No. No, why would we do that? We don't even need anything from the outside world. We have everything we need right here. Their own little world. Well, I have to be leaving now. Goodbye. Where do you think you're going? I just wanted to take a room. To kill all the hoppers on the island. I hate those filthy creatures. I'm going on a new adventure. To grab something to eat, I'm starving. Home. Did you really think we were gonna let you just leave this place and tell anyone what you witnessed here? But you seem talkative and friendly. In all honesty, it was interesting to hear another voice. Perhaps something of the outside world, not that it matters much. In the end, we can't let you go out of here alive. I promise I'll bring you a gift if you let me go. I'll get you something nice. I'll give you money if you let me leave. None of these are interested to them. But let's go with the persuasion. Okay, kill me, then my powerful friends who know I'm here will come looking for me, armed to the teeth. After all, they will be expecting the behemoth to be here, so they'll pack quite a bit of firepower. Can you deal with all of them? Adira is silent, as is her sister. I know it's hard to trust a complete stranger, but at least give it a shot. What I saw here will remain between you and me. You have my word. Looks are exaggerated between the sisters once again. Exchange. Your answer came quickly, preceded only by a short sight. You convinced us. We won't stop you from leaving Eros. You are free to go. Well, I'm out of here, so long. They are very powerful, and if you don't equip your stuff, it's gonna be a very nasty fight. But that doesn't mean we cannot explore a little bit. There might be some interesting things going on around here. Like what is in this boxy? Hope it's open. It's not. They have two beds, two lockers. She only has a timer. What do we have here? The latrine, I suppose. That's the shower. What do we have in the foot locker? Oh, there is a crate here. I'll take that, and that. No. What is it in here? Nothing. Interesting. Interesting. Just a moment. Okay, okay, okay. After you told the story, behind the but where? There should be a secret door somewhere, but where? Maybe not here. Let's go to the other side of... Huh? Ah, squeeze through. I know there was something, but I can't remember the location, unfortunately. Let's try this part. Maybe it's around this corner somewhere. Hmm. But it's weird, we should be able to detect it. Oh. Is it here? No. Hmm. Weird. Maybe it's the rope that's the problem. Perception decreased by 2. Damn it. Come on, how much perception do I need? What? Um... So, behind the door, you can see... Okay, but what hidden door? Just a moment, guys. Where is the... Oh, okay, 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 I see. There it is. Ah, it was such a pain. It's not highlighted, that's the problem. It's kind of a bad design, in my opinion. But you look through the crevice, but all you're able to see is darkness. It seems to be large enough for you to barely squeeze through. It kind of shows like a tiny little hole, but whatever. So once we get inside here, ta-da! The crazy creature. And if you go to this rubble, we will find this curved fossilized claw of some long extinct animal. It's still pointy enough to rupture skin. Fossilized claw. So it is possible that this is a void creature. Who knows? Quite interesting. Again, it's kind of silly, but whatever. It's here. Have a nice girls. And besides, we don't want to hurt anyone. They just want to be left alone. We're gonna go home. And we're gonna go back to the institute. Bam, 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 bam. And we have finished all that was supposed to be done. Then the rest of the quests are inside the institute. Did you hear that sound, kid? It's the behemoth. I'm done here. Let's go back. Finally, I hope you didn't leave anything important behind, because we're not coming back here, kid. It's one at a time. I got everything. Let's go back. You don't have to tell me twice. Hop on. It was quite an experience. I can't believe it, we made it, kid. I guess we had more luck than brains, eh? She laughs. But please, while I do appreciate the Karens, please don't ask me to do anything like that ever again. Once in a lifetime is enough. Sure, sure. Fair enough. What the hell? Overwork, getting capacity up to 30. Interesting. Some NPCs have, characters I mean, have interesting buffs. Private quarter. No, not private, damn it. Huh? Oh, if you need the recipe for the blueprint for making boots, the guy here, Big Brett, has it. Okay. Foundry. University Station. So I was looking for a recipe, the blueprint for boots, and I was just chasing my tail all over the place. And there it was. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. So we've done everything in one go. Quite beautiful, if I may add. Oh yeah, that sound is just freaking fantastic. Now we're gonna give in the missions. So there was a lizard, it seems. Wait, do we have to go this way? No. I get confused. The layout sometimes is just incredible. Freaking incredible. Come on. Perception, damn it. Well, we didn't need the perception, that's the crazy part. But I suppose some little secrets are left out of view for a reason. And look, we did it before our juice went out. Quite amazing, if you ask me. I talked to a man called Detritus, who had survived the plague that hit Core City's drop zone several years ago. He said he is willing to become a subject. Detritus, huh? Tell me more about this man. Well, he is a zoner whom I found right in front of the Institute. His whole family died from the plague, yet he survived. He also told me that he was rarely, if ever, ill in his life. Never ill. And you said his whole family died? Fair enough. I think we are onto something here. He makes a brief pause. By the torch. I think he is whom we are looking for. If what you're saying is true, we might not even need another subject at all. Couldn't be better. I don't think anyone will bug me for a while regarding the Project Apex. I just need to contact someone to bring him in. Job is done. He laughs. It's an honor to serve the Institute of Torch, Principal Investigator, undoubtedly, but you have earned yourself some good coin for this, and you didn't even have to walk too far. Here, there are 200 gallons, and that is all regarding the matter. Thank you so much. I have been to the Forsaken Island. Really? Now. And what did you find there? The island is completely deserted. I found no traces of the Batman, only several wrecked boats and some cave hoppers, I guess. The Behemoth is just a made-up story. There are two women living in the island, which, as you can already guess, means that there is no Behemoth there, or anything similar, just some hoppers and some derelict ferries. I found two psionic women living in the island. They were driven out of their community and they were young, which made them abandon society and set off To live on the Forsaken Island, they used psionic abilities to create roars and effects to such scare away potential visitors. I found two women living alone on the island. While there is no living monster, we found something along almost as good, a skeleton of a giant lizard-like creature. I'm gonna go with the first option. I don't want to get them in trouble, because at the end of the day, they just want their privacy. Mm. So it was a waste of time, basically. Well, that was slightly disappointing. It would have been apex to find a very rare creature there. It would have been amazing find. However, I'm not paying you for my own pocket, so my personal disappointment is the only downside of this excursion he loves. Indeed, here's your Karen's bro, as promised. He hands you 650. I'm sure that covers all the costs to the transportation. Mm, that is all regarding the matter. What can you tell me about the naturals? Okay, neural. Uh, so why did you join, bro? Okay, he doesn't want to talk. But yeah, so if we there will be some gifts given at the end if we join the investigation department. But the point is that they are all belts. One is chemical, one is electrical, and I don't remember the other one. They're good. They're good. But the gifts here, I mean, the rewards here are not all that spectacular. And there are better belts out there. What we will want to do is prepare for the next missions, which I'll leave for the next episode because there is quite a bit left to do and to talk and to quite a lot of stuff. Um, how's our weight going? It's okay. Oops, I went to the wrong place. Jeez, this place is confusing my brain. I always get turned in the wrong direction. But whatever, we got what we got. Come on, come on. So what we shall have to do is begin our journey over here, which we will save. We'll do episode 113. And that is all. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay awesome. Bye 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 bye.